Thank you for joining me for this presentation. I will be considering the topic, when will the chosen ones of the chosen race return to inherit the kingdom territory of their God? In other words, when is homecoming for the chosen ones of Abraham's offspring? Well, one thing you should know about Yahuwah, the God of Israel, is that Yahuwah foretells his activities from beginning. In other words, he tells you from beginning what the future outcome of events will be. At Genesis chapter 15, verse 16, God foretold to Abraham when his descendants will return to inherit the land. And God told Abraham that in the fourth generation of his descendants in the land is when they are going to inherit the land forever. At Isaiah chapter 46, verse 8 to 10, and there is written, he said, "Remember this and take courage. Take it to heart, you transgressors. Say, remember the former things of long ago, that I am God and there is no other. I am God and there is no one like me. From the beginning I foretell the outcome, and from long ago the things that have not yet been done. I say my decision will stand, and I will do whatever I please." At Isaiah chapter 45, verse 21, there we read, say, "Make your report, present your case. Say, let them consult together in unity. Say, who has foretold this long ago and declared it from the time past? Say, is it not I, Yahuwah? There is no other God but me, a righteous and a Savior, a righteous God and a Savior. There is none beside me." At Isaiah 42, verse 9, there is written, it says, "See, the first things have come to pass, and now I'm declaring new things. Before they spring up, I tell you about it." So God tells or foretells his activities or future events even from the very beginning. Likewise, till today, God is working out the things that he has foretold in advance. At Amos chapter 3, verse 1 to 3, it is written, he said, "Hear this word that Yahuwah has spoken concerning you, O people of Israel, concerning the whole family that I brought out of the land of Egypt. You alone I have known out of all the families of the earth, and that is why I will call you to account for all your errors. Will two walk together unless they have agreed to meet?" So God is dealing with his people that he has known according to the agreement that he made with the people of Israel. And that agreement is that he's going to bring punishment when Israel finally breaks his covenant. And that's why in Hosea chapter 5, verse 15, there it is written, "I will go away and return to my place until they bear the consequences of their guilt. And then they will seek my favor. When they are in distress, they will seek me." So God will leave Israel, his chosen race, and go away back to heaven until they bear the punishment for their error. At Hosea chapter 6, verse 1 to 2, it is written, said, "Come and let us return to Yahuwah, for he has torn us to pieces, but he will heal us. He struck us, but he will bind our wounds. He will revive us after 2 days. On the 3rd day, he will raise us up, and we will live before him." At Amos chapter 9, verse 1 to 3, this punishment that God said he will bring upon his people will start after the death of the Messiah, the leader, and the chief cornerstone. At 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8, there Peter reminded us that this punishment will last for 2 days, which is 2,000 years, because according to Peter, we should keep in mind that a day with God is like 1,000 years. So for 2,000 years before this punishment will last for 2,000 years before the chosen race will return and be raised back up in the kingdom territory God promised to give to them. At Isaiah chapter 10, verse 21 to 23, Yahuwah foretold also in advance, and there we read, "It's only a remnant will return, the remnant of Jacob, to the mighty God. For though your people, O Israel, are as the grain of the sand of the sea, only a remnant of them will return, and extermination has been decided on, and justice will engulf them. Yes, the extermination decided on by the sovereign Lord Yahuwah of armies will be carried out in the entire land." So God already foretold that not all of the descendants of Abraham, the chosen race, will return back to the land. Only a chosen few will return back to the land. The rest of the people will be exterminated, for that is the agreement that God entered with our forefathers. At Amos chapter 9, verse 10, it is written, "So they will die by the sword, all the sinners of my people, those who are saying that the calamity will not come near us or reach us." So already God has foretold that there will be those who will be saying, "Oh, it will never happen." That this calamity that God said is going to bring will never happen. But know your God, Yahuwah, and you will find out that he does whatever he pleases. So it said, all the sinners will die by the sword, those who are saying that this calamity will not come near us or reach us. Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 40 shows that only a few chosen ones of the chosen race will return to Yahuwah to serve him in his kingdom territory after the end of the 2,000 years punishment of the chosen ones among the nations. At Isaiah chapter 65, verse 8 to 10, there it is written, "This is what Yahuwah says. He said, just as when a new wine is found in a cluster of grapes, and someone says, do not destroy it, for there is something good in it. So I will do for the sake of my servants. I will not destroy them all. I will bring out of Jacob an offspring, and out of Judah the one to inherit my mountains. My chosen ones will take possession of it, and my servants will reside there. Sharon will become a pasture for sheep, and the valley of Achor a resting place for cattle, for my people who search for me. Yes, only those chosen by Yahuwah will return back to the land at the end of the 2,000 years punishment. And that's why John chapter 6 verse 44, the Messiah, Yahushua, said, "No man can come to me unless the Father who sent me draws him, and I will resurrect him on the last day." Yes, unless you are drawn or chosen by the Father, you cannot come back to the Messiah to be led. So only those drawn or chosen by God will return back to this promised land. At Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 1 to 14, God foretold in advance that towards the end of the punishment time for the people of Israel, that he will awaken the whole house of Israel from all the places where they are scattered and cut off from their inheritance in the final part of their punishment days. And this awakening is taking place today. The real chosen people of Israel are awakening to the fact that they are the people of God, the chosen people. But not every awakened one will make it back to the kingdom territory. At Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 36 to 38, and Matthew chapter 25, verse 32 to 33, there it proves that he will separate the chosen race as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goat. God will do a separation work of those who are chosen to return back to the kingdom and those who are not chosen. The rest who are not chosen already will be exterminated. In Matthew 24, verse 29 to 31, God foretold that the chosen ones will be gathered from one end of the earth to the other ends of the earth immediately after the punishment and tribulation imposed on them ends. So Yahuwah foretells the things, his activities that he is carrying out. So when will the chosen ones return back to the kingdom territory? Matthew 23, verse 37 to 39, the punishment started around AD 33, the final day of the Messiah when he pronounced the judgment on Israel. If you add 2,000 years to that will get you to the year 2033. That is when the punishment will end for the chosen race. At Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1 to 3, it shows that the chosen ones of Jacob will be shown mercy. God will then pardon the error of his people Israel and show them mercy and settle them back in the land. At 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 5, the chosen ones are being preserved for a salvation that will be revealed in the last day. So they should look ahead because your salvation and restoration is drawing by God, is drawing near at the end of the 2,000 years punishment. So in conclusion, Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 40, and Luke chapter 1, verse 69 to 75, it shows that the chosen ones of the chosen race will serve Yahuwah, the living God, in the restored holy Mount Zion. Hosea chapter 6 verse 1 to 3 said, they will serve Jehovah their God after 2,000 years ended. After 2,000 years ended, after 2,000 years has ended, that will be around the year 2033. But Matthew 24 verse 29 to 31, Genesis chapter 15 verse 16, they will serve him in the land that he promised as an inheritance forever to Abraham and his chosen offsprings. But until then, the question is, what are God's directions to the awakened chosen ones of Israel? Well, join me in the next video presentation to find out. For the meantime, if you enjoyed this presentation, click the like button, subscribe to be notified when I upload the next video. Again, thank you.